our 3-day sale. We're just trying to turn a little bit of money, keep the bankers happy. Anyway.
That is an awesome deal on that generator.
It really
Can
is.
I mention that deal on the
generator?
generator?
Go ahead.
4,000-watt Champion generator.
That's right.
This isn't one of the cheap, no.
It's a good
Champion. That's a good generator. $347. That's ridiculous.
Sears sells those. Gander Mountain sells them.
You're not going to keep the bankers happy selling them
No,
for that.
but I just need to turn a few hundred of them.
Okay.
So, but we have a lot of specials. You can go to Wellers.com, click on where it says ads, and look on the one that says 3 days only. It's Wednesday, Thursday, Friday. Both stores will be open at 8 o'clock, ready to do some business. A couple other things I did want to mention. We're looking for work. Catch It Live.
We don't have enough to do,
we? Don't have enough to do. So we're actually, just want you to understand this, if you have an event that you might want to hire us to come and stream for you, like a birthday party, something like that.
Yeah, well, if there's people that can't make it to it, or if you just want it and have it saved, we can do production with, like right now, we've got 3 cameras we're running right now. We can do different things like that.
3 cameras running right now. 3 of them. But anyway, so we're just looking for some, is it called a paying gig?
Yeah,
we're looking for a paying job. Right. In other words, this is our hobby. But,
we'll call it whatever you want to call it if you're paying us.
Right, whatever you're paying. But, maybe you're having a big event. Maybe you're having a sale. Maybe you're going to take your whole family down and jump on the trampolines down in Delmar, and you want somebody to catch it live for you. So.
But and also, if you have a business, if you were thinking, I would like to do an hour showcase on my business and have it.
What, would we go to their business?
Yeah, we could go. We could set up and they could do an interview style, sitting down at a table, and go through different places of the business. Lots of, the sky's the limit. Whatever they can come up with, we can make it work. Right.
We've been working real cheap so far. We're getting good at it. All right, so what we're saying is, if you're watching, or if you're listening, or if you know of somebody, or if you want to give somebody a really great gift idea, in other words, like say somebody that when they're sleeping they're snoring or something like that, and you want to catch that live, or somebody talks in their sleep or something. Well, anyway, we're just looking for something.
We're saying if you've got the money,
mainly
a
business.
Right?
You're mainly saying a business.
A business, yeah. That's
give me
the
some
first
more
thing.
Ideas.
Oh man.
A bar mitzvah.
A bar mitzvah, yes.
Okay.
Yes. Yep. And if say this, if you wanted to show all your different products, and
like we could go all around somebody's business and highlight all the different things.
Sure.
They could talk. It's kind of not like buying an ad that's only 30 seconds or 1 minute long. They could hire us for an hour.
Sure. And then when we're done, you have that. You own that video.
Okay. But could it stay on Catch It Live too if they want?
Yeah,
or is that a different story?
It could be broadcast on their website, so you could have everybody come to your website. So if you want to go to Wellers.com, you could insert it right in there. It would be right there.
Oh,
we
really?
can put it on Catch It Live, yeah.
So if somebody said, I want you to come in and highlight all the different things we do or offer or sell, we could spend an hour there doing that.
Sure.
Okay.
How about a family reunion?
How about a family reunion?
That's a good idea. Get this lady a mic. She has good ideas.
Yeah, she does have good ideas. I don't know where she gets them from. She's quite gifted and talented.
I think she whispers them all in your ear at night.
That's right. Or she listens to me talking in my sleep. So, all right. Well, I'm going to start with a word of prayer, and then we're going to get started. Okay?
Right. Yes.
Well, dear Lord, we just thank you for this day. We thank you for this wonderful weather you blessed us with, and we just pray an anointing on tonight's show, our words, our thoughts, our actions. We just pray that it be a blessing to all that are watching or listening. We also ask, dear Lord, that you watch over all the people involved here, keep them safe, keep them healthy, bring us home safely at the end of this day. We just ask all this in Jesus' name. Amen. Amen. Now, we got a few people on tonight. Very good show. Jay Reeser.
Yes.
Okay. With recyclables removal. I'm going to explain what I think he does.
Okay.
And then he can really explain it.
Now, I've seen him on the Bridges Needs and Seeds page.
Oh, so you know all about
different things. Yeah, I know some of it.
Okay.
So that's
I think it was just recognized in a local newspaper, too.
Wow.
Yeah.
Great.
So anyway, but I believe Jay goes around, and if you have unwanted items, he has like a route where he can go here or there or whatever. He'll pick it up, no charge to pick it up. Then he takes it home and sees if he can fix it up. And then he blesses somebody with it. So he just, continues to bless people with things that, he has come across and maybe able to take something that to you wasn't any good, but to somebody else, if Jay fixes it, will be good. and then I guess the rest he just gets rid of.
You got like a pile of gold bars or anything at home?
Right, he could melt them down and make them different size gold bars or keychains.
Right. He'll come pick those up for free, right?
Yeah, if you have any gold bars that you just tired out and lay around, they're in the way, keep tripping over them, you give Jay a call and he'll come pick them up. Okay, Anthony Joseph is going to be here with his sports report.
Yes.
Joe Neal from Regional Builders is organizing, already started, heading up something to do with Young Life.
Young Life, yes.
Very good organization.
Very good.
And then we have Stacy
Poundsbury
of Best Temps in Dover.
Yes.
And she is going to teach us how to find some help if you need any.
All right.
Okay.
I need lots of help. So.
Okay, I know, but I don't. Yeah.
It's not that kind of help.
No, I'm sure.
Oh, okay.
I'm sure it's out there. You just may not want an unemployed psychologist. So, but anyway, everybody was unemployed once.
That's right.
I guess. All right, so we're going to take a commercial break, and we're going to be back in a few minutes. And we also have a special guest that's going to be on, Mr. Jack Riddle.
Wow.
He is going to help us interview. Okay, wow. And he is very intelligent. He's a graduate of the University of Delaware, and he's just something.
They don't let just awesome. Anybody through there.
No.
Nope.
And they also don't let anybody not everybody graduates.
Right.
Right. Who's that one guy, that famous football guy that he went to college with?
That Jack went to college with?
Yeah, what's his name?
Joe Flacco.
Oh, is that what it was? Oh, okay.
You're just 2 years older than Joe? Yeah.
All right. We'll be back. Stay tuned and tell somebody to tune in.
Maybe it was Joe Montana that he went to school with.
That's who it was. You know what? I forgot to mention the specials here. Do you got them all memorized?
I do.
Okay, go ahead.
All you can eat spaghetti, $5.95, and salad. You go to the salad bar. They got this salad bar.
We should go back there with the camera.
We should go back with the camera.
We should. We don't have time. But anyway, it's a nice salad bar. Okay. It's nice and shiny. Okay, and do they still have garlic bread?
They have garlic bread. It comes with all you can eat spaghetti. Did I say all you can eat?
I think you did.
Okay.
And I wanted to mention the pancake eating contest is this Friday. It is going to be mobbed here. If you want to come, no charge to sign up. You got to be 18 or older. I think it is going to be, you got to eat 2 pancakes, I think. Mm-hmm. And whoever can eat them the fastest is the winner. And then you get this crown. You can wear it to Walmart, anywhere you go.
Lee was last year's champion.
He was champion 2 years ago.
Yeah,
Michelle was the...
Lee was a king, and Michelle was a queen 2 years in a row. So they're defending their crowns for the 3rd year in a row.
It's going to be great.
Yeah.
Okay, Friday morning, 8:30-ish. I think they're going to do it at 9. Okay, are we going to take a break or what?
Let's take a break.
Okay, we're going to take a break. We'll be right back. Hey everybody, Jim Weller. We are live at Jimmy's Grill in Bridgeville. I forgot to invite you. Come on down. Get in your car. Come on down. If you've already had dinner, you can have a piece of cake or pie or something like that. But just come down, or you can have dinner. I don't know if you can smell the food, but it really smells good around here. They got all kinds of stuff going on. Jay, welcome to Catch It Live.
Thank you.
How you doing?
I'm doing fine, thank you.
You want to tell us a little bit about who you are, where you're from, and how'd you get into this? Do you call it a ministry or just a regifting?
I call it both. I call it like my ministry. I'm from North Jersey originally.
Okay.
We moved down to Laurel, Delaware in 1981. How I got into this was I have emphysema.
Okay.
And I can't work normal jobs, if you would.
Okay.
So one day I was riding my bike picking up cans. And I was like praying to the Lord. I'm saying, you know, I have to have something to make money. What can I do? Well, I looked down, and there was a broken VCR laying there. I said, well, I can do that. He said, do what you know how to do and do it well.
Really?
So, yeah. So I said, well, I can see the VCR. You have aluminum. There was copper. There was everything. So that's how I started with the recyclables removal. And within 3 weeks, I had to get a truck. I could no longer work out of my car. It was becoming bigger than I ever thought it would. And then like the Lord told me, you know, there's a lot of people who need help. I mean, let's face it, there's a lot of needs out there, and people don't have all this money, you know. Mm-hmm. And he said, I want you to bless the people that you can. And so that's how I started doing that. I'll pick up anything from people. Basically, that's a recyclable that if it plugs into a wall socket, has metal, or if it runs on fuel, I'll pick it up for free. I don't charge a pickup.
Okay. And how far will you come? You live in Laurel.
Right. Now, I go down to the beach area every 2 weeks.
Okay.
I go over to Sharptown area. That's just like about once a week I'll go that way. I'll go down. I have gone down as far as Princess Anne on I call it a road trip, where I line up a lot of pickups, you know. And I've gone up as far as Dover.
Okay.
But I have to line up enough to make it, I mean, with the price of fuel, you know, I have one of them vans, you get like, you know, 6 gallons to a mile with it, you know.
Passes everything but a gas station.
Yeah, exactly. Okay. So I try to make it where I can pick up enough items, then I'll bring them home. If I can fix them, I'll fix them cheap and just give them away to people. I don't never charge for anything. I post mostly on 88.7's Needs and Seeds.
88.7 The Bridge.
The Bridge, yes.
Okay.
Yes. I post on their Needs and Seeds website.
Okay.
And I tell people what I got, and if they want it, all they got to do is just let me know, and they can come get them.
Wow. So how long have you been doing this?
A little bit over a year. I started in November of 2011. 11, okay. Yeah.
Wow.
Yep.
And is it just you? You have helpers?
No, it's just me, and then when I do a road trip, I'll take my honey with me.
Okay.
She comes and she helps me get straight and everything.
All right. Wow. And so if somebody had something they wanted to get rid of, what do they do?
You can call me on my cell phone. It's area code 302-245-1493. I ask that you leave a message because I don't have good reception where I'm at.
Okay.
Or you can find me on Facebook at Jay Reeser. I'm on Facebook. Or you can email me at jreeser@gmail.com.
Wow. So if somebody had something they want to get rid of, they can contact you all those different ways. Then let's say somebody needs something. You find the need from the 88.7
Yes.
Bridge? Okay.
Yes.
Okay.
I'll go over that site off and on during the day and see what people need.
And then communicate.
And then I'll get up with them. Yes.
All right. We're going to stop for just a minute.
Okay.
Okay. So, folks, stay tuned. We're going to take a commercial break, and we're going to be right back. I got some more questions for Jay. And if you would, you're on Facebook under Jay Reeser.
Yes.
Okay. So, friend him while we're taking a commercial break. Okay. We'll be right back. All right, everybody, we are back at Catch It Live. We are live at Jimmy's Grill. Again, you are more than welcome to come down. There's some really good specials. We can smell the food. There's all kinds of stuff. I see dumplings running around here and fried chicken and spaghetti and just a little bit of everything. They got this unbelievable salad bar back here. A couple weeks ago, it was only so long. Now it's twice as long. So, now, Jay, recently, did you just win an award? Did I hear or see something about that?
Yes, I won the Jefferson Award from WBOC.
Okay.
And they awarded me that.
Did you know that was coming?
I had no idea in the world.
So somebody had to nominate you?
Yes.
Wow, that had to be a good thing.
Oh, yes, it is.
Wow.
I was so overwhelmed.
And how did you learn how to work on things like a VCR or a power washer? Or
my father showed me back when I was like about 12 or 13 years old. He started showing me how to work on his cars.
Okay.
And how to fix stuff around the house.
Okay.
And it just grew from there. And then when I did start my actual work career, if you would, I started out doing auto mechanics, and then I went to do sheet metal work and building maintenance.
Okay.
I actually owned a appliance repair business for 4 or 5 years down here in Laurel.
Wow.
So I learned all different ways.
You learned hands-on.
That's right. It was totally hands-on. Yep.
Wow.
And I enjoy it. I love what I do. And I do what I love, if that makes any sense.
Wow. Well, at least you'll never have a bad day at work.
That's right.
If you love what you do.
That's right.
Yep. So basically, again, if somebody has something, now if somebody has something that's just junk but it's metal, do you still want to?
Yes,
pick
I'll
it up?
still take it, and that's how I can make some money, by scrapping the items.
Have
That's
you
the only
heard
way.
this? Have you ever had anybody say you could take an old computer apart and there's gold in it?
Yes.
Okay.
And unfortunately, you would need so many parts of the computer boards.
Okay.
And then you have to have the special acids to break it down.
Okay.
You know, and it's
so it's not like you just take it apart and there's gold.
No.
Oh, here.
No.
Here, I thought I was missing something.
No, not at all. No.
Okay.
No.
Can we say again, how do people get a hold of you? First, it was your cell phone number.
Right, which was area code 302-245-1493.
Okay.
Or you can go on Facebook at Jay
friend
Reeser.
You. Are you a like page or a friend page?
I'm a friend page there. Now, recyclables removal
is a like page.
Is a like page on Facebook.
So
also.
they can friend you and like you.
Yes.
Or like you and then friend you.
Yep. Either way.
Okay.
Either way is fine. Or you can email me at jreeser@gmail.com.
And do you personally spend much time on Facebook?
Oh, yeah.
Isn't it an amazing thing?
It's awesome. It really is. I mean, that's how I find a lot of things that people need, too, just seeing different ones chatting, you know?
Okay. And so do you take it like right to their house, or do you say, meet me at Rural Farms parking lot? Or
I try to make it where they can meet me someplace like halfway.
Okay.
Like if they live in Laurel, then they can just come right to my house and get it, you know?
Okay.
Other than that, like I try my best to meet them like halfway. And this way here I get to meet them, too. And,
true.
You know, and it's a win-win situation.
It is.
Well, and I love it.
Good. That's good. Do you have any needs? No. Do you have anything? Okay.
I tell you, I can use some prayers.
Okay.
I can use prayers. I want to actually expand a little bit more, but the problem is I have no place to store anything.
Okay. So you need some storage in the Laurel?
You know, and I don't have a whole lot of money to do it.
Okay.
But right now, if it's raining, I'm working outside in the rain. If it's cold, I'm working outside in the cold. You know.
Okay.
So it's just some prayers if I can come up with a place that I can just put stuff to store.
Do you have enough room where you live to put a shed or a carport?
No, it's not my house.
Okay.
You know,
Okay.
I don't own what.
So you need somebody that maybe has a garage bay or something like that
I could use.
That they may want to donate to this cause and let you work out of there.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yep, that'd be awesome.
Preferably in the Laurel area.
Yes, that's the best way, because I also have to watch my mom and my mother-in-law. So that's another reason why I'm doing what I'm doing, so I could be there in case.
Well, you're just some guy.
Oh, I try.
You take care of your mom and your mother-in-law.
Yeah, I try.
Well, very good. All right. You a church-going man?
Yes, I go to Laurel Nazarene.
Okay.
Pastor Ralph Fraser's there.
Okay.
Dynamite Guy, if you want, if you're in the area and you want to stop by, it's in Laurel. Stop by Sunday and check it out.
What time service?
I go to the early one. I go to the 8:30.
So if somebody wanted to meet you, they could
Yes.
come,
Yeah,
they can go to church
8:30.
with you on
Yep.
Sunday morning at 8:30.
Mm-hmm. Exactly.
Right.
Yep.
Well, very good. All right. Well, anything else we need to know?
No, that's it.
All right. Well, I'm going to thank you for your commitment to wanting to help people, the fact that you're not in it for the money, you're just in it to be a blessing to others. I think that's wonderful. And again, we already gave out the contact info, so is this your number right here too, isn't it?
Yes.
Yep, 245-1493. So if you want to be a blessing to Jay, if you happen to know anybody that has a shed that they're not using or a garage area or some area, he doesn't want to put the shed where he lives. He just needs a place that he could go and store a few things, work on things, tinker with things, and then take them back out and bless people. We're going to take a commercial break, and then we're going to talk to Mr. Anthony Joseph. He does a great job of keeping us up to date on local sports and worldwide sports and anything that is sports. So stay tuned, and we'll be back with Anthony Joseph in just a minute or two.
Welcome back to Catch It live in Bridgeville, Delaware, the hub of activity. There is spaghetti flying everywhere. We've got Jim Weller being the ambassador and Collins running the show as normal. I'm Jack Riddle. I am Collins' other brother that he never talks about. And I'm here with the star of sports, that's right, the man behind Spinning Wheels Racing Report, Anthony Joseph. Anthony, how you doing?
Thanks for the interjection. I appreciate that.
I mean, you are on this show every week, and you are filling the people in about the sports going on, and you've been busy. But are we going to talk about racing? I mean, I know the Spinning Wheels Racing Report is known for racing. So what's hot in racing? We talked about your girl who was getting divorced or something last week.
Oh, Danica Patrick.
Yeah, that was a
she's
big
still,
loss. I thought you were this close. I thought as many times as you.
No.
I mean, how many times did you propose to her?
I never proposed to
Okay.
her.
I thought you did. I'm sorry.
No.
I'm sorry. I thought you did.
She's too high maintenance for me.
Too high maintenance. Okay, women can be high maintenance. I've seen that. So what's going on in the world of racing?
Well, the one thing about Patrick, she is still hot and heavy with Ricky Stenhouse Jr.
Yeah, I did read that.
And I think that's going to last at least throughout the season. He doesn't want to let it go.
It depends on how
she's making a lot of money, so it helps his career.
It helps his racing team have her in the pit too.
Right.
So, are we getting geared up for a big season in NASCAR this year?
I think we are. I think so. They have a big.
Is there any early contenders that look like they're going to come out big after last year? Or?
I think Jeff Gordon, he's primed for a good season.
It'd be nice to see Jeff back on top. I mean, in the early days, he was on top a lot, and then everybody seemed to go against him, and I'd like to see Jeff on top. I'd like to see the DuPont boy back on top.
I think he has a good opportunity. But on Saturday, are you going to be watching the exhibition race?
Oh, I don't know. You better tell us about it. What time's it on?
Instead of the Bud Shootout, they're having the Sprint Unlimited. And this is the first year where the fans get to choose the drivers that they want.
How does the fan choose?
Well, they they have really three ways. Number one, it could be by career wins.
Okay.
So, like Bill Elliott, I think he has the most at this point. So, if they go with that phase, he would be in it. Number two would be if they go with the polls.
Okay.
People that won the polls last year.
Okay.
And Jeff Gordon won the pole last year.
Okay.
And, of course, you have Jimmy Johnson and all the contenders.
Now, these going to have stock car? I mean, they all going to be the same car, or are they going to be using their own cars? You know, sometime when they do some of these, they make them all drive the same car. Everybody's going to bring their own cars to this thing, right? Okay.
Yes.
Because I know if you were racing, you'd want to bring your own car. I know Jim would, too. Jim would want to bring his own car.
Certainly, yes, Jim would. And he would have it, all the decals and everything from Brothers Utilities.
Yes, he would. But Jim,
and the generators.
But Jim would have a big problem because he'd be dragging that big sign behind him with the lights on it. And that would not be proper. It would be too much drag.
He probably wouldn't be going that fast, would he?
Too much drag. I tried to tell him not to do that. So, it's going to be an exciting season in NASCAR. Spinning Wheels Racing Report's going to be on here, keeping us abreast of what's going on. Everybody's, hopefully people are buying their tickets for Dover, because Dover's still got 2 races this year, right?
Yes, they certainly do.
And for the community, and it's some great racing. So what else is going on in NASCAR? Anything
So a
else
major headline today is in Indianapolis, when they have the race, the Sprint Cup Series. Mm-hmm. There's been a decline in attendance the last several years. Back in 2006, you had near 200,000 people. Last year, they only had 125,000.
Only 125. That's still a lot of people.
Well, it is, but that's a big jump. When you're looking at 200-some to 125, the money is not flowing like it used to.
Right.
And they want to make some renovations and things, and they need
So what's the strategy? What are they going to do?
Well, what they're...
Is Catch It Live going to be there?
No, I don't think yet.
Is Catch It Live got race tickets, Jim?
No.
Yes.
I don't.
To something.
Right. So what they're considering, if they can get this bill passed through the state of Indianapolis, through the legislation, that they
want...
More government,
what we need.
More government, yes.
Great.
And the taxes.
Good, just what we need.
They're trying to get $100 million a bill that's going to be financed through taxes.
To improve the racetrack?
To improve the racetrack. They're not sure if it goes through or not, but they want a big scoreboard and really renovate it because it's an old track.
Yeah. Well, you look what they've done in Dover, they've spent millions to make the track more fan-friendly.
Yes.
I mean, they really have. I mean, increased the bathrooms, I mean, all the things they've done at Dover. And that track that's got a few years on it. And you have to have some accommodations to deal with a couple 100,000 people. So that's kind of what they're headed towards, Anthony?
Well, because it's so hot when they have it in the summertime, and you have an older base of the NASCAR fans, and it's just too hot for them. So that's a big reason. So if they get this
they're not
bill passed,
they're not going to put a dome.
No, we'll never see that.
What about night racing? They have lights there?
They don't have lights, but that's with this bill. If they get it passed, that's what they're looking at doing in 2015.
You ever been to a night race?
No, just
me neither. I've never been.
Just watched it on TV, but that's about it.
Do the drivers like night racing? Do you even know?
I think some said they have because
It'd be a lot better for the fans,
it's just
right?
a lot cooler and really most of them on Saturday nights.
Right.
So they like to have Sunday because a lot of them like to go fishing and hunting.
So if this bill goes through, is this something that's going to get done for? It's not going to get done for this year. This is all
it's not going to
getting ready for
happen
next year.
2015 is when it would happen.
Wow!
But they're planning ahead because attendance are really dropping. So in the renovations, like I said, it's going to be the lights and also a big video board.
Wow!
Because like I said, it's so outdated.
It's a hard track to see too. I mean, it's so
right.
It's not like Dover. Dover, you can get in those grandstands and see the
Dover
track.
has spent a lot of money. They've spent their own money. They're not asking Delaware to support the races. But Indianapolis,
big deal down there. It's a big deal here too.
Right.
So what do you think? Is it going to happen?
It probably will. Delaware couldn't support.
No.
Adding lights. So Dover Speedway, I think eventually they will.
When is the first race? When's the first race of the season? Is that
the Daytona 500?
Daytona 500, which is
February the 24th at 1:30 on Fox.
Wow! I'll tell you, it comes fast, doesn't it? It just seems like
it does.
Football ends, but I know you do more than racing. I know that.
One last thing before we move on.
Okay.
As Rusty Wallace. Now
he's a nice guy. I've met him.
He is a nice guy. I never met him, but I spoke with him on the radio before. I was supposed to meet him, and he had another engagement as he has a shop in Charlotte, North Carolina.
He asked me about you last time I talked.
You probably did, but so I interviewed him. Real nice guy, but it was a big deal because on Friday he had 5 inductees, and he was one of them. And Wallace, in his career, 55 victories and won championship. Used to be the Winston Cup in 1989, and just really happy for Rusty Wallace to finally
he's a good man.
Get the call, and that happened on Friday in Charlotte, North Carolina.
And once again, Catch It Live had tickets, but we didn't get to go. Somebody's holding out on you. I think Colin and Jim are spending all the budget on that. Well, that's exciting. Anything else on the racing front? Because I really want to talk about basketball.
Okay, go
I really want to talk about basketball.
We had to get that in about Rusty Wallace.
That's good news. Thank you. Thank you. That is big news.
Deal.
And a lot of people around here know him because, I mean, Rusty was a pretty big fan of Dover. I mean, he was always there, walking the crowds, and so I'm happy for him. I know this time of the year, since there's no racing on, your life seems to be basketball. Now, Catch It Live has been on the road, doing games. Sponsored by some good local companies.
Presenting sponsor,
Southern States
of Milford, yes.
Great organization. And I know that those, if you want to re-listen to those games, they're up on the Catch It Live website.
Yes.
But you recently did a game right near here, Seaford and Woodbridge. And,
about 5 minutes away at Woodbridge High School.
That was a pretty unexpected result. What happened?
Well, a couple of weeks ago, you had the Seaford Blue Jays. As a matter of fact, just a week ago, they upset Polytech. It was the first conference game that Polytech had lost in 46 games in the Henlopen Conference.
Wow.
And Seaford, they were on a roll up in Woodside. It was a Saturday afternoon game, and it was 65-62. And this past week, last week, it was very, very difficult for Seaford as they lost against St. Andrews, one of the top teams, and Ben Thiel, 53-51. They lost to Laurel, then they lost to Polytech. Again, it was a rematch in Seaford. It was the game of the week last Friday.
Mm-hmm.
And last night, as you mentioned, they took on Coach Morris, and his team is really on fire at this point. And Seaford dropped the game, 4 losses in a row. They will not make the playoffs.
Wow.
Woodbridge, if they can keep winning, we had Coach Morris after the game in the coach's corner, and he said if he can win out, they have a big matchup on Thursday against the Laurel Bulldogs. there won't be any love in the air, even though it's Valentine's Day.
I would say there would be no love in the air between those two teams.
And then next week they take on Conrad in Bridgeville next Tuesday at 5 o'clock if people want to go there. And then
now, what's your next Catch It Live game?
Our next game is on Friday. It's a doubleheader week because the game we did last night was originally scheduled for January the 17th.
Got it.
But because of the bad weather, it was postponed.
Okay.
So, just wrapping up on Woodbridge, they have Conrad on Tuesday, and then Wednesday it's a makeup with Delmar, and they should make the playoffs if they can continue winning.
And Seaford is out.
Seaford boys is out, but the girls, just a remarkable year.
Now, something you covered the game. There was something very exciting that happened at the last Seaford game.
Correct.
The Catch It Live covered. That was in Seaford, right?
That was in Seaford. Yes, the girls' game was scheduled 5 o'clock, but it ran over. It was that game was very, very long, and we didn't start till about 7 o'clock because our feature game was the Seaford boys taking on Polytech. And since it went so long, at 6 o'clock we were scheduled to come on. We gave them bonus coverage. And
at no charge.
At no charge, right.
Catch It Live is just an amazing operation.
And it was great to be there because LaShara Williams, she is the all-time girls basketball points leader now, as she surpassed the old mark of 1394 by Carlene Albury.
Wow.
As she now holds 1396. As against Polytech, she poured in 31 points. Just a tremendous night for her. And
Now, what about, you mentioned the boys, and you think Woodbridge may make this tourney.
Correct.
What about is there any other teams, any boys teams down here that you think are a pretty good shot to get in the state tournament?
I think the Sussex Tech Ravens, and Sussex Tech is the other game that we're doing this week on Friday, taking on, as they're hosting, the Cape Vikings. As Sussex Tech, one of the hottest teams, winning 7 of 8. And they almost upset Sally's, which Sally's is a top team. They're probably number 3 or 4, depending.
This is a good time to get up on Catch It Live and listen to these games. Because you guys, I don't know who picks these games, but you seem to be right in the middle of some exciting. So what about on the girls' side? Downstate girls basketball. Who's going to be in the fray?
I think you have to look at Seaford. And I think Smyrna has a great chance. I think they could meet up in the finals. But it depends on the seedings. And right now, I looked at the standings yesterday. They're number 1, just according to the standings. It's not the official index.
And the season will wrap up. Season will wrap up about the end of this month, and the state tournament starts just about the end of the month, early March. Is that right?
They'll wrap up. The girls will wrap up February the 22nd. We're going to have that game, as it's going to be the conference championship. It should be Seaford taking on Smyrna. That will be girls basketball, and that's the early game, and that's at 6 o'clock. And then the boys championship game will follow. It will be Polytech and the winner of the game on Friday between the Sussex Tech Ravens and the Cape Vikings. So that's for the Henlopen North, as the Cape has 2 losses, Sussex Tech has 2 losses in the conference. And that's going to determine who's going to...
Great games. Now, if somebody, and I know you've got some great sponsors that help you, but is there any more room? I mean, could you take...
Yes,
if
we
somebody
definitely need some more sponsors for the playoffs, as we're going to do the first 2 rounds of the playoffs.
So if somebody's team is in there, if somebody, and they want to get some very reasonable priced visibility for their organization and promote them to the people that should be tuning in to listen to that basketball game, what's the best way to, is it call you on your cell, or what's the best way to connect with the Catch It Live sports department?
Just give me a call. Just make sure you don't call me at 1 o'clock in the morning. I'll be honest, I'm not going to answer it.
Okay.
But
and that number is?
302-245-3309, or also my email. I'll answer it at anthonythesportsguy@gmail.com.
Okay. And that'll be on tape at Catch It Live so you can play back. Okay, before we leave, and basketball is big, we've got to talk about football for a second.
Joe Flacco
we've got to talk about Joe
all over the
Flacco.
TV, yes.
Is there any show he's not been on?
CBS, ESPN.
I heard that you were working on getting him to come on Catch It Live. Is that true?
No.
Is that true?
No, I'm not.
Okay. I mean, I think Jim Weller promised him a generator if he came to Bridgeville.
I'm not working on him. Superstar, but that's not...
okay. Joe's been on about every, and it is funny how I don't understand what this elite thing means. Well, I mean, everybody seems to be arguing, is Joe Flacco an elite quarterback or isn't he an elite quarterback?
Right.
I don't understand why that's important. I mean, this guy's going to he got him through the playoffs when it was crazy, and he won the Super Bowl. He's the MVP. There's no question they're going to give him a contract because they're not going to let that boy leave Baltimore.
Right. When you think of elite, you think of Joe Montana, you think of Brett Favre, you think of Peyton Manning, you think of Aaron Rodgers, you think of Eli Manning, and nobody ever says that Joe Flacco is a elite quarterback. Last year, Woody Page, he's on ESPN or ESPN2, and I think he's now working for the Denver Post. He said that he thought Joe Flacco was one of the worst quarterbacks, and he struggled last year.
He had some tough games.
But he's rebounded, and really if you look at the victories, that's what you have to look at. Is he the best of all time? No, but he's getting the job done. He brought Baltimore Super Bowl, their second one, and Trent Dilfer brought the first one. Right. And Ray Lewis, it was just a storybook ending. Is Ray Lewis is retiring, as everybody knows.
Where they held him on the goal line?
Yes.
That was huge. I mean, Ray Lewis was
there. It was.
Now, I know that there's a lot of talk about the Ravens, and there's also some Redskins talk going on.
It's always a Redskins talk because you have RG3, he's injured, and probably starting opening day it's going to be Kirk Cousins. But somebody that I always used to watch, he's retired now, is the flamboyant Clinton Portis, the ex-Redskin. Everybody loves him.
And he's going to be in Sussex County.
He's going to be in Sussex County February the 23rd at Laurel High School, benefiting Nanticoke Hospital.
Nanticoke Health Services is sponsoring a health fair on Saturday, February 23rd. Clinton Portis is going to be there from 12 to 2. And signing autographs, and I think.
But you have to make sure, for example, if you want your football signed, you better bring a football. If you want a jersey, you better bring it. If you want a hat, anything you want to get him signed, you have to make sure that you bring it because they're not going to sell anything.
Right. But it looks to me, from what I saw, they're going to do health screenings. There's going to be a lot of health professionals there. There's going to be a giant heart. All of this is to raise awareness of better health in the community, and Nanticoke Health Services, our hospital right up here the road, is very, very big involved. They had who was the Raven they had here?
Paul Kruger.
Paul Kruger.
And Kruger's a free agent.
And Kruger, after he came to Seaford, just got on fire.
He erupted. So 2 sacks in the Super Bowl. He made a lot of money, too, with that.
So you think Clayton Portis is going to get back on fire and get back in the NFL?
No, I think his days are done.
Even our producer over there is saying, no. Is there anything?
That was the big trade. It was a Champ Bailey, the first-round pick out of Georgia. He was defensive back. They traded him for Clinton Portis from the Broncos. And Clinton Portis, when he came to the Redskins, he got a big contract, a lot of guaranteed money, and he had a tremendous couple seasons for the Redskins. But as a running back, you have just a couple good seasons because of the injuries and the hits and everything that they take. Yeah, but I always like to watch Clinton Portis. Seemed like a good guy. And
well, he'll be in Laurel, Delaware, Saturday, February 23rd, from 12 to 2, signing autographs. And as you said, bring something with you if you want it signed.
And there's a lot of Redskin fans.
There is a ton of them.
That was nice. That instead of just the Ravens, they're mixing it up.
Yep.
And you have a lot of Redskins, and maybe next time it'll be an Eagle. Maybe Michael Vick. He loves to come into Delaware.
All right. I think we're out of time on the sports. We're going to get the hook. Any last things we need to think about?
Make sure you join us for the big game on Friday, 7 o'clock pre-games, the Cape Vikings and the Sussex Tech Ravens, and game time is 7:15.
We're here at Jimmy's Grill, live in Bridgeville. This is Catch It Live, and we will be right back.
Okay, everybody, Jim Weller here, and I'm going to narrate this commercial for the salad bar. First of all, you can see the cucumbers and the onions and the cheese and everything. Slow down, Colin. You're walking through it. Hey, there's cucumbers and onions. There's, what's that called? I forgot.
Beets.
Pickled beets. There's all your salad dressings. Listen to this. That bacon is real bacon, and them croutons, they bake them here, and that is seedless. No, shell. Sunflower seeds with no shell. You don't have to shell them. So this is a salad bar. You're not going to believe the deal. It's unbelievable. But look at them cucumbers and onions. Coleslaw is what I wanted to say earlier. But it's all you can eat. Oh, I love garbanzo beans. I just started liking them recently. Look at the lettuce. A lot of iceberg lettuce in there. I love that. But look at the price. It's coming up right there. $5.95, all you can eat. So that's at Jimmy's Grill in Bridgeville. Very good commercial. And we are getting ready to go live. Jack Riddle is going to be talking to all the people that are coming up next. And he is very experienced at this, so stay tuned. Next is my good friend, Jack Riddle. Jack, take it away, buddy.
Well, welcome back. We're going to go check out these seedless croutons in a couple of minutes. Because if you've never seen a crouton until you've seen a seedless one, I can't wait to see how they bake that. Welcome back to Catch It Live in Bridgeville. I'm here with Joe Neal and Barry Tolton, and they're with an organization called Young Life. Now, many of you may know things about Young Life. I don't know a lot about Young Life, but I know that there's a group of local folks that are very excited about bringing Young Life to Seaford, Delaware. And I guess we'll start with Barry. Now, you're the state director for Young Life in Delaware, but can you kind of tell people what is Young Life? What does it do, and what are your goals? What are you trying to do with Young Life in Delaware?
Sure. Young Life is actually a non-denominational youth ministry that's been working with students for over 70 years. It was started in the state of Texas through a youth pastor who was given the task of reaching out to the kids in the community, and so he was given the mission of going to reach kids at the local high school, and so Young Life does that. It's a relational and incarnational ministry that enters into the world of kids. So our staff and volunteers do the work of going where kids are, and whether that's in the local school at a sporting event or after school at some sort of event or a play. And the mission of Young Life is to introduce adolescents to Jesus Christ and to help them grow in their faith.
And it is a large organization. I was amazed on how many children, or I guess children, young adults, are involved in this program. And it's almost 1 million kids.
Yes, we work with middle school, high school, and college students. And just a few years ago, Young Life celebrated reaching 1 million kids a year. And now we're on our mission to reach the next 1 million.
And it started in
Texas.
Dallas,
Texas, yes.
And how long is it? When did it really start in Delaware? How long have you been the state director?
I've actually started as the state director for 3 years, but Young Life started in Delaware 25 years ago, simultaneously in Dover and
because we are trying to reach students in the Seaford, Laurel, and Woodbridge School District, possibly reach into the Fettlesburg area, and students from Sussex Tech.
And who else is involved locally? I know Gordon's involved.
Gordon Hearn is the chair of the committee.
Okay.
I agreed to be the financial chair, and we have
you know a lot
Denise
about that.
Crockett.
You know a lot about that.
I can ask for money.
Yes.
We have Denise Crockett, and she is chairing a prayer committee. and we're still looking for volunteers in many, many capacities.
And you had a community meeting locally at the library in Seaford?
We did, and we had about 45 people show up
great.
for the community meeting, and lots of people signed up to help in the role of volunteer leaders to help raise money, prayer committee, pretty much every every role.
It was amazing to me because I read a little bit about the organization on how many I keep calling them kids, but I'm not sure that's the right term. But the age span of a person that could be involved in the Young Life organization, when does it start and when does it end? I mean, what's the? Because do you do colleges or is it?
We do.
Okay.
Young Life's traditional approach was with high school students.
Okay.
Probably 25, 30 years ago, we began to focus both on middle school and high school. And probably 10 years ago, Young Life College became very important. Young Life's mission statement says adolescence. And if you look at the research, that extends from middle school through college, and some would say well beyond that now. But
I did hear some good things about this membership meeting. I mean, getting 40 people out to come out of something is pretty commendable because nobody wants to come to anything in Sussex County, as you very well know. You're trying to get this launched, and how did you hear about this? How did that happen?
Well, Gordon Hearn and I, and some other
I knew
people
he
from
was
church,
involved.
he was involved.
Gordon is a troublemaker. I've seen that live and in color. I knew it.
Spent a January weekend in 2011 in Ocean City, Maryland, with about 6,000 teenagers.
It was just more than you and Gordon, though, with all that.
Yeah, I hope.
A couple more adults.
And the presenter was presenting a message, and his name was Reggie Dabbs, and he asked the students if they had ever considered or contemplated suicide to stand. And my eyes were opened wide. I would say 30 to 40% were standing. And then from there, we just started having kids pour into our church. And it was kids. It was not their parents. It was, kids, and they have tremendous needs. And from there, there is a Young Life group in Cambridge. We went and visited, and organized chaos is what they call the club meetings. And they're loud and intense, and, the adults just meet the kids where they are, and, there was a 10-minute message. And from there, it just grew.
Well, and this is about, we were talking before we went on air about how is this different than what a church does? Because, the foundation is introducing kids to Jesus Christ. That's what you're trying to do. But it's not drag them to somewhere, make them sit in a pew and listen. That's not, this is a complement to what the local church is doing. Is that right? Do I understand that right?
Absolutely. Mm-hmm. I would say Young Life, it's considered a parachurch ministry, so we want to work.
Considered a what?
A parachurch. So we work alongside the local church. And Young Life's focus is unchurched, disinterested kids. And the way that we reach those students is by going where they are. That's, I think, a unique piece to what we do is that we don't have buildings or hold events and expect kids just to show up. We're going where kids are, building friendships with them, meaningful, caring adult friendships, mentor-like.
But there's meetings around this. You mentioned. So, is the way the pattern of these kids get together on a weekly basis? Is that part of the how this works?
Absolutely. Young Life typically runs 2 weekly events, we'd say. Young Life Club is an outreach event designed for every kid, no matter what their beliefs, church background. That's the controlled chaos that Joan referred to earlier. it's a place where kids can come just and be kids. It's a safe environment, and the goal is that kids show up to Young Life Club and they have a leader there that they've met well prior to showing up to this event. They've seen them at the high school. They've been to their sporting events. They've seen them at the McDonald's or something along those lines. That there's an investment there outside of the event relationally. And in addition to that, Young Life Club, which is our outreach event designed for every kid, Young Life runs a weekly Bible study that we refer to as Campaigners, which is a name that's been around for 70 years. And so that's a traditional Bible study for students who have a relationship with Jesus, but also students who have questions, or students that are at least willing to look at what the Bible has to say about life and how it might apply to them. And so,
after we get back from the break, we're going to talk a little bit about exactly what's going on in Seaford, exactly what Young Life Nanticoke's about, and how somebody can be involved.
Great.
So we're going to take a short break. We're here live in Bridgeville. Eric has got a whole bunch of spaghetti back there. He really needs to sell it. It's $5.95. We have the seedless croutons on the menu, so please get a seedless crouton. Catch It Live, Bridgeville. We'll be right back. Welcome back to Catch It Live. We've got stereo producers over here who are telling us what to do. Thank you very much. I'm here with Barry Tolton, the state director, and a contact or driver in an organization called Young Life. And we've been talking about the organization nationally, and it's a big organization. It's got a tremendous amount of resources. It's got a tremendous vision and a focus on a national basis about how to bring young children to know Jesus. And all that's nice, but the vision here of these folks is to do it in Seaford, the new chapter called Young Life Nanticoke, and Joan is in charge of I guess the fundraising side, I guess the local. But if somebody wants to be a part of this, or if somebody's interested, if somebody's sitting at home and they say, gosh, I don't know, I don't want to go to church, but maybe this Young Life thing, maybe I'd like to try it out. They can go to the website, which will tell you everything about the organization, which is, what's the website?
younglife.org.
www.younglife.org. And it's got a good handle on what the organization, all the principles, all the safeguards, which I learned, all the things that you do to make sure this is a positive experience for kids. But beyond that, I mean, websites are nice and kids like to use them, but then what? How does somebody reach out, or who do we reach out to if you want to get your children engaged in this, or young adults interested in getting engaged? How do you do that?
Well, we are in the process of building the committee, and my contact information, email address is joanneal, JOANNEAL, @regionalbuilders.com, or my phone number is 302-629-4285.
629-4285. And that email address is at Regional Builders. You know why? You know why it's there?
Why?
You're president of Regional Builders.
Yeah, and they can call us at Regional Builders,
you know that?
too. At 302-628-8660.
You're running this big company. Wait a minute. You're running this big company all day long, and you build buildings all over Sussex County, commercial. I've seen a lot of them. We've done some together. And you're taking your time out to work on this?
Absolutely.
Why? Because it's important.
Where my heart is.
It's where your heart is. And that's, I think that's the thing. When a national organization comes to town, there's a lot of things out there. But when the local people can sense that it's worthwhile, that's what brings it home for me. When somebody, and I know you're working on getting your team together. I mean, you mentioned Gordon, and you're trying to get an adult leadership team around this and get some training done. You're trying to get some kids, but you also said something to me. There's some sort of camp thing that you were talking about that you're either trying to organize, and everything takes money. I know that. I mean, we have to get some money. But what's the camp concept that Young Life? There's something component they do with camps, right?
There is.
Sure. Young Life actually owns and operates 25 properties around the country that are really resorts for high school and middle school kids. They're designed for kids to get out of their environment, to go with their leaders, the leaders that are in their community, building friendships for throughout the year, once a year in the summer, and then once a week, and then weekends throughout the year. They go away to experience what we guarantee to be the best week of their lives with their money back.
And how many of these are there?
There's 25 properties around the country, but this summer we would go to one of those 25 properties for what, like we said, is the best week of their lives. It's everything, adventure, humor, tons of amenities. And
now, what's the closest one to where we're sitting?
Young Life owns two properties that are within the same distance. One's in New York, in Glen Spey, New York, which is where New Jersey, Pennsylvania, and New York come together. It's just over the border in New York, called Lake Champion. And then there's one in Virginia, outside Harrisonburg, in Goshen, Virginia, called Rockbridge. So those are really the two closest. This summer in Delaware, we're actually taking a group of kids to our property in Michigan, called Timberwolf. So, but each Young Life area is allocated spots to one of the 25 properties around the country.
And Joan, you were saying you're trying to see if you can gather enough interest and enough resources locally to send some young adults to one of these camps, right?
Yes. We would like to send at least 10 students to camp this summer.
Is this a weekend thing, a week thing?
In the summer, it's a week long.
Week long?
And we would like to do that to build momentum, because from what I understand, when they come back from camp, they are going to come back ramped up, charged up, tell all their friends, and we hope to have a staff person by the fall, if not sooner. And so when the school year starts next year...
Staff person just for Young Life Nanticoke? Is that how that works?
Yes.
Absolutely. The vision is to hire a full-time staff member for Western Sussex County Nanticoke Young Life to not only work with students, but also to train volunteers to work in all the different communities.
And this is not competition for church. This is an adjunct to help get people more engaged in their Christian life. That's what this is all about.
It's an outreach to kids who aren't showing up to churches, and so it is in no way a competition. We want to build strong relationships with churches, so they're very familiar, and we're beginning to do that. So they're very familiar with the vision of Young Life. It's not to pull kids out of church and get them plugged into that's their long-term faith walk is going to include being connected with a local church body.
Once again, Barry, web page to learn everything about Young Life is
www.younglife.org.
And they've got a lot of information there about how the ministry is organized. I call it a ministry. I guess that's what it is. It's a ministry. It is a 501c3.
Absolutely.
So donations to it or any gifts to it are tax deductible. You can learn everything about the national presence on the website. If you're interested in locally getting involved, getting engaged, if you're a young adult and you're interested in being a part of it, reach out to Joan Neal at 629-4285 or email if you'd like at
Joan Neal at regionalbuilders.com.
At regionalbuilders.com. Barry and Joan, thank you very much for coming out tonight.
Thank you, Jack.
Hopefully we can get this off the ground, and I wish you a lot of success. We're live in Bridgeville. We're going to go get some seedless croutons. This is Catch It Live. We're out of seedless croutons. We are out of seedless. If you are coming for seedless croutons, don't come. But the spaghetti's still good. Catch It Live, Bridgeville, Delaware. We'll be right back.
Okay, everybody, this is a commercial for the salad bar. There's the salad. They got cucumbers. They got raw onions. They got cheese. They have got coleslaw. They've got cucumbers and onions. I love them. Looks like maybe some beets. They also make their own croutons, and they are not seedless. They're croutons. But they also have sunflower seeds. The bacon that you would put on the salad is cooked bacon, and then they cut it up in little pieces. It's not that artificial stuff. So this salad bar is live at Jimmy's Grill. It's big. The thing must be 10, 12 feet long, and it's got a lot of good stuff on it, as you can see. The other thing I wanted to let you know is it's an unbelievable bargain. $5.95 all you can eat for the salad bar, or $6.95, and it's all you can eat soup and salad. That's at Jimmy's Grill right here in Bridgeville, Delaware. Now, we're getting ready to go back live, or are we going to take a commercial break? Going to take a commercial break just for a minute or two, and then I'm going to be back on with the people from Best Temps, so stay tuned. I'll be back in just a moment. Hey, everybody, Jim Weller, I'm back. I wanted to introduce you to Bob Leone. And you own Best Temps in Dover?
I did own Best Temps in Dover, and Seaford, and Salisbury, and Cambridge, and Easton, and Georgetown, and Durham, North Carolina. Yes, yeah. A little history.
Did you start it?
I did. I started Best Temps in 1976.
You must have still been in high school.
Thank you very much. I just graduated, actually.
Okay.
Yeah, I was 29 years old when I started it.
Really?
That was 37 years ago. And we started out in a one-person operation. That was me. And we started out, like most companies, looking for business, looking to make a mark, looking to become successful. And lo and behold, as time went on, we were able to add more staff. We were well accepted in which is now owned and operated by Patsy Ware.
Okay.
5 years ago, I decided to start to back out of the business, and I turned our offices, we had 9, I started to turn them over to key employees. So in Dover, Delaware, I sat down with Patsy and we made some good arrangements, and she is now the owner. And we did the same thing with our other offices. Well, I'll tell you, Jim, I had a very successful and a wonderful career, helping people on the Delmarva Peninsula find jobs, helping companies find the right people, doing all the screening, which is what we do at Best Temps, all the interviewing, all the reference checking, all the background checks, drug testing, driving record checks, I-9 checks, make sure they're legal, everything that a human resource department would do for a big company, for a hospital, for a Purdue, for a government entity. We assume that responsibility. And we did that in 1976, and we do it in 2013. And we must be doing it right because we're still here.
Correct.
And doing very well. We are the largest privately owned temporary service outside of a metropolitan area, meaning outside of Philadelphia, outside of Wilmington, outside of Baltimore.
Okay. Very good.
That's pretty good. And we are multi-million-dollar. Last year, we, as a combined group with all our offices, we billed around $15 million in sales.
Well, did you say there's 9 offices?
There was 9 offices when I turned them over. Due to the state of the economy, and I always felt bad when I turned the offices over. I didn't expect the economy to go into the tailspin.
I don't think anybody did.
No, this is my 4th recession, and it's unlike any recession that I've ever seen.
Correct.
I went through the Carter years and went through the downturn, and temporary services have always led the way out of recessions, and that is happening now. As this economy starts to level off, which it is, we're finding more and more companies are loosening up their purse strings, and they're saying, well, we've got to do something. We can't continue the next 4, 5, 6 years the way we had the last 4 and 5. They're starting to loosen their purse strings. They're starting to hire.
Okay.
But because they don't know what direction the economy is going to go in definitely, they're finding, as in the past, that temporary services is the way to go. Hire a temporary, hire a person to fill that position, hire a person to pick up the slack on new orders that might be coming in, but the company may not know how long those orders are going to be on the books, how long they're going to be filled. And because temporaries know that they may be working for the next day, week, month, or 6 months, and then the job ends, makes it very convenient for everybody.
Now, what role does Stacy play?
I'm actually the other side of the coin. I just started in this business, and it's very exciting. Really enjoyed the human resources aspect of it. I must meet 100 new people a week. People looking for jobs, and also business owners who are looking to employ people through us. What
office do you work at?
I work at the Dover office with Miss Patsy Ware. She's a very good boss. She's a strong force in the hiring industry. I just graduated, and it was a really good opportunity, and I felt
like... Did you graduate from high school or college?
From college, thanks. But and I'm really excited to be helping people find jobs because, not too long ago, I was in their position thinking, how am I going to pay all these student loans? And thankfully, Best Temps hired me on. I was temporary to start, and then I went permanent. And that's really what we're trying to get people to do, is start out temporary, show them your stuff, really shine, find the right people for that job, and then, you already know that they're the right person, and you can hire them permanently.
Let me ask a couple questions.
All right.
Okay. So, business person, you have two aspects here. Person that owns a business says, I'm looking to hire somebody. Okay. Right. Maybe their company was larger 4 or 5 years ago. Now they're a little smaller, and they're like, I don't really have time to deal with this because I'm working harder, running my business, but I need somebody to do the legwork, to screen out and find me what I need. So they contact you.
Correct.
Then they say, hey, here's what I'm looking for. Here's what I'm looking to pay. Here's my pet peeves, which I don't want. Here's what I really do want. And then you say, fine, okay, I'm going to work on finding you that person. Then the other side of the coin is you have people contacting you.
Exactly.
Saying, hey, I'm looking for a job. I'm looking for a good job. There's so much uncertainty in the job market now, you don't even know who you're going to go to work for anymore.
Correct.
So you pretty much, connect a person looking for a job with somebody looking for somebody, and I can tell you want to say something.
I do, Jim. Okay. Here's the beauty of the temporary industry. Companies don't have time to do all the screening, the interviewing, to prepare
or maybe
their
even
payrolls,
the skill level.
to look for the skill level, to do the testing. The small to medium-sized to mid-sized companies don't have their own HR department. They don't have time to do all of the things it takes to find the right person and then do their normal work anyway. It is
run their business.
Right. The temporary is frustrated because they may go out to 30, 40, 50 companies, drop off resumes, fill out applications, and because of the sheer mass and size of the workforce looking, they'll never hear back. It's frustrating. So we are ideal for both what we call clients, the client company and the client temp. Give us a temp, we'll take their background, we'll screen them, make sure that they're right for a job. We'll go out and talk to our clients. Either we call them or they call us, and we make a marriage. And hopefully that marriage will work. That's the temp industry. It gives each person, the employer, to see, do I like this person? Are they working out? Is this somebody I want to bring on permanently? And it also gives the temporary a chance to see, if I'm offered a permanent job, I just experienced 6, 8, 10 weeks with this company. If I'm offered a job,
do I want to be there?
Do I want to be there? And about 40% of the people that we have offered permanent jobs don't take it because they don't like the situation of the company. Maybe the boss isn't the nicest guy. Maybe the work isn't what they thought it was. So it's a wonderful, wonderful screening tool for both parties. Because the worst thing for companies to do, Jim, is to hire a person and 2 months later the person quits because they weren't screened properly or they didn't like it or they didn't understand or know the job. That's what Best Temps does on the screening end. I'm going to let Stacy tell you what we do for the employers once the person is hired.
Okay.
A lot of both flexibility in terms of the workers who may or may not, maybe you're exploring a new industry, maybe you've been doing phlebotomy for the past 20 years and now you want to look at medical billing, something like that. That gives you a lot of flexibility in many different areas. And for the employer, it really gives you flexibility in terms of losing, you don't have a lot of downtime when you work with us because we already have a large pool of qualified employees. So rather than you giving me a job order and me going out and amassing candidates, I already have these candidates. It's just a matter of going through and seeing who I want to send to you and who you would like to select. So let's say I send you 20 resumes and you have a first, second, third, all the way to 20 choice. You could go through all 20 resumes until you find the right person and until that person really wants to work with you.
Okay. And you work out of the Dover office?
I do indeed.
So how would a person, if they're looking, is it the same number if you're looking for a job versus I'm looking for a person?
Yes, it is. They all come to me. Okay. I answer the phone.
Really? Help or job or temp.
Yeah. Whose idea was that?
I'll have to take credit for that.
Okay, well, that was a good one.
Thank you.
That was a good one.
I want to mention too that once we find the right person for the right company, our work does not stop there. Matter of fact, our work as a temp just begins into the next phase. And that next phase is because the employee, the temporary that we send is actually hired by Best Temps, assigned
Correct. That's
to.
who they technically work for.
They technically work for us. We are the legal employer by all the rules.
Okay.
So as legal employer, we're responsible to pay the temporary their wage out of our funds. We cut them a check every week based off their time card. We handle and provide workers' comp coverage. So all those businesses out there that are feeling the shock and impact of the workers' comp that's going on right now.
The nice new rates they've given us.
Nice new rates.
Right.
Their comp, if it's out of sight, they want to look at Best Temps. Our rate may be better, and we may be able to provide them under our coverage. We handle all of the tax withholdings and contributions. We handle all the unemployment contributions. And then we send the employer one bill a week. So if there's 10 people at an employer, we'll cut all the checks, as long as they're temps. We'll cut the checks. We'll do everything that a responsible employer does, and they get one bill, and they get 7 days to 10 days to sit down and write one check. Their workers' comp premiums paid for, their unemployment's paid for, their liabilities paid for, the taxes are all covered with one check. How easy can that be?
You're almost providing a payroll service too.
That's
do
correct.
that as well.
In other words,
we do that. We actually have companies that have turned their entire payrolls over to us because they find it's just so much easier to, instead of Thursday sitting down and write 8, 10, 12, 15 paychecks, calculate the taxes. Do I have to send them in 3 days? Can I wait? Am I late paying my taxes? One check does it all.
Wow. We're going to take a commercial break for just a minute.
Thanks.
Are we ready for a commercial break? I think we're going to take one. We're going to be right back with just a few more minutes here, all about Best Temps. We'll be right back after this commercial. All right, everybody, we are back at Catch It Live. I do want to point out one thing. This was brought to me by Jack Riddle. These are seedless croutons. He found some. Thank you, Jack. This is no lie. They make their croutons here at Jimmy's Grill. Everything here is truly made from scratch. Okay, listen. Tell me some more. Here's something I just heard you say. You're saying if somebody's watching or listening right now, that if they already have employees, you also will do their payroll.
Absolutely.
So if somebody's just fed up with all the rules and the regulations and keeping up with everything, or maybe their business is downsized and they've cut back on their clerical staff, that's another service you provide.
Absolutely. It's called our payrolling service. And we do exactly what you just said. You have 10 people working for you. We consider that a fair-sized mom-and-pop operation.
Okay.
Why should you, if you're a lawn service, if you're doing medical billing, whatever it is, why should that person have to spend their time looking for the right person, disciplining the right person, terminating and replacing the person?
They may not even be experienced at interviewing people.
Well, that's it. Most of them aren't. That's our job. This is what we do all day long, every day. Interview, screen, check the backgrounds, make sure that the person's right. For companies that want to turn their entire payrolls over to us, as I said, we will do everything, provide all the insurances, pay all the taxes, provide the payroll funds, cut the check, get it to the temporary, and send them one bill. And they write one bill. That's it.
Now, what happens if you get somebody and you just kind of don't like them?
Take them out. We'll send you a new person.
Take them out? You mean just shoot them? Or
well, shoot down their hopes of a career with you. But yeah, that's what's really great about us is because we have such a large pool of qualified candidates, we can replace people as we send them to you. If I send you somebody Monday and you don't really think they're doing that great of a job, on Tuesday we'll give you somebody new.
This may be the best way to look at it. We are your human resource department when we're doing your staff payroll. As you would pick up the phone in a company and call your HR manager to say, listen, this guy's not working out, we need a replacement, you just call us. We're the HR department. Say, Stacy, Patsy, this person's not working out anymore. I need them terminated and I need a replacement. We terminate them when they come to pick up their check or when we deliver the check, and we have the replacement there already pre-screened, ready to go to the specifications.
So that way, if you own a business, you can keep on focused on running your business.
Exactly.
In other words, wow. Yeah. All right, can we get some more contact info again?
Sure.
Do you have a website?
We do. It's besttemporaries2ts.com. Okay. That is our website for all of our affiliates. That's Seaford, Durham,
wherever.
Salisbury.
Wherever you need people, wherever you are. And also, of course, 674-HELP.
674-HELP. All right. And do they ask for Stacy when they call?
Yes, they can. I would be happy to help them.
All right. And so they can call and talk to you about whether they need a job, whether they need some help. In other words, somebody thinking about starting a business or something like that, and they want to get a dollar figure to what it's going to be without a lot of risks. In other words, you can make it easy, it sounds like.
Exactly. Yeah, pretty much.
Okay.
That's our job.
And so and then you get the employee, and then there's what the actual person's going to do in the middle.
That's right.
Yeah.
Wow.
Quite often, Jim, we want to tour a company if we're going to take the entire place.
That's a good idea.
Because we want to know exactly the good, the bad, and the ugly.
Yeah.
So we
want to know where they are.
Yeah. Who do you want to meet first? The good, the bad, or the ugly?
I want to meet them all.
Bring you at the door.
I'll decide who's going.
Okay.
That's the way to do it.
All right. Anything else you want to say in closing?
Just that Valentine's Day is right around the corner.
It is.
For those employers that want to reward their secretary or their staff by giving them a day off or taking them to lunch, call Best Temporaries. We'll take an assignment from 4 hours to 4 years.
Oh, so it doesn't even have to be all day or all week.
No, it's day to day.
Do you offer babysitters?
Sure.
Nannies or?
If we can insure it, why not?
Okay.
If I look in the records, I'm sure we have it one time.
Wow.
No, this is a time for those good people that are working with you. If you want to reward them, we'll help you.
Wow. Very good. Good job.
Thank you very much.
All right. Thank you both. We're going to take a commercial break.
Thank you.
And so it is Best Temps, 674-HELP, or is that 4357? Very good. So if you need help, or if you want a good job, or if you want to just get it all, or have your payroll done, give them a call. Tell them Catch It Live sent you. All right. We'll be right back, and then we're going to wrap up the show. Hold tight.
We're back.
Are we?
We're back.
Okay, we're back.
I'm back.
All right. Anyway, it's been a good show.
It has been a good show. Very
Thanks for
interesting.
stopping by, Colin.
Oh, thanks.
You did a great job.
Did I?
Want to thank Grant, who works behind the scenes with our executive producer,
Yes.
Brooks Ritter, who does a great job also.
Yes.
And what else do we want to talk about? Listen, let's go back to that thing you mentioned earlier. If somebody wanted to hire us for an event, I've been thinking about that.
Okay. What have you been thinking?
Well, I've just been thinking. Well, what you're saying is that if somebody had an event going on, right, and especially like a family reunion, and say people couldn't be there, we could actually go to somebody's family reunion party and stream it. And other family members,
you're just thinking about the food you can eat.
Yeah, I'm thinking about the food. While you hold the camera, I could sample the food. But what I'm saying
really
is,
describe how good it is to people watching.
But if they had family somewhere else, they could log on to Catch It Live, and then everybody could come up and say, "Hey, Mom, hey, Dad, whatever."
But even better than that,
they wouldn't even have to.
They didn't even have to log on to Catch It Live. They could go to wellersfamilyreunion.com or something like that. They don't even have to go to Catch It Live.
Really?
Yeah. So Weller, whatever.
And that way they can watch it whenever they want, or something like that. Or let's say somebody's overseas or something like that,
right,
or even deployed.
Yeah. Oh, you just had a whole bunch of new ideas.
I'm thinking they're going to have a baby or something. In other words, we go to the hospital.
I want to be there for that.
I mean, after the baby's born, and the little thing or whatever.
Okay.
But what we're saying, folks, is we are looking to try to provide more services, and we wouldn't mind it if we could make a couple $100,000 a year doing this. Okay. Or anything, right?
Without having to work very hard.
Right. Like we like to come in at noon, take an hour for lunch, and then go home at 1, right? So anyway, and we're going to call Best Temps for that job. But anyway, what we're saying is if you have an event that you might want to have us stream, I like the idea of a business too, because in other words, what would it cost a business? I mean, to have somebody come in and do a full-blown video where we could come in and stream it. And then, if they have a product or a service or something like that, like let's say there was a bank and they had, you see these insurance commercials where they have all these different insurance packages on the shelf.
Right, right.
Okay, so banks probably have all these different kinds of loans, like back in the back room. There's
different
like a
sizes, stacks of money.
Full of them. No, I'm talking. So they're like a loan is in a box.
Right.
So in other words, and you could say, is this box right for you, or this size box, or something like that. So, or if somebody wanted to do a polar bear plunge, we could go and they could do that or something like that. Anyway, I think the possibilities are endless.
Well, okay, say in your case, you sell trailers.
Okay.
If you had, say,
a customer, if we could finally get a customer.
Right. If you had a, what's one of the big trailers, Pace that you sell?
Yeah.
So if you had a Pace rep in, something like that, you could actually have a conversation like this with him, and he could
talk about all their new features and benefits.
And if you had another rep, just schedule them all the same day and just
a day of it.
You do an interview with them and make a day of it. Yeah. Do an hour show or 2 hours, however long you want to do it. I think.
So how do we get this going? What do we do?
Just send us an email. You can call. Okay. You can call me or you can call you. Send us an email, info@catchitlive.com or Colin@catchitlive or Jim@catchitlive. Whatever you want to send it
or
to.
Or all three of us.
All three of us. Doesn't
Mr.
matter.
Info, Colin and Jim.
Right. Or they could give you a call.
Yeah, they could.
337-7300.
Yep. Get me all excited. Get me thinking something's really going to happen.
You could give me a call.
They call Colin and cancel the contract.
Give me a call at 302-242-8015. That's my cell phone, or just shoot us an email.
Okay. Now, I want to remind people to come to Jimmy's Grill. Jimmy's Grill has been really good to us, allowing us to do this show here every week. It's very nice. We have some people come. Jack and Susan Riddle stopped by tonight, as you saw Jack on the show. And we have a lot of people stop by, but they let us do the show here, so we want to say a big thank you to Jimmy's Grill. And we want to encourage you, if you've never been here for dinner, I guarantee you're going to be satisfied. They got fried chicken. I think it was quoted later last year, but this is the best fried chicken in America, or at least Delaware.
Really?
Yes.
Wow.
I think I heard somebody quote that somewhere.
Wow.
So anyway, the best fried chicken. They got dumplings. They got the salad bar now. They got seedless croutons. They've got a lot of stuff here. They got all these pies and cakes and everything else, and everything is literally made from scratch. So in other words, you don't have a lot of microwaves back in the back working. I mean, everybody's making everything from scratch. They got breakfast, they got lunch, they got dinner. That's Jimmy's Grill in Bridgeville. If you're having a big event, they have a big banquet hall next door. I think it holds a couple hundred people. So
if you're having a smaller event, they've got this room right here that we're in right now.
They're having a Valentine's Day event with Mario Rocco, and I know the phone number. Is it 337-7575?
That sounds right.
Okay, 337-7575. I don't even know all the details. I know they're having a all-you-can-eat buffet dinner. Then Mario is going to be playing some music and things like that. Colin's going to go get the poster. Oh, here he is, back already. This is Mario Rocco. He's very good if you've never seen him.
Very talented.
Very talented. It is 337-7575. Sometimes he parts his hair on the right, sometimes on the left, but he's really good. So if you've never seen him...
You both have the same barber.
Yes, we do. But it's this Thursday, which happens to be Valentine's Day, from 6 to 9. So give a call, 337. $25 gets you all the entertainment and all-you-can-eat dinner. So 337-7575. It's at the BBC, the Bridgeville Banquet Center, right next to Jimmy's Grill. Listen, I got a big sale coming up. Going to be Wednesday, Thursday, Friday. Go to Wellers.com and click on where it says ads and take a look at my 3-day sale. Then we're going to be back. You got any basketball games coming up?
We have a basketball game Friday. It's Cape at Sussex Tech. Brooks Ritter will be doing the producing. Of course, Anthony Joseph will be calling the game. It's supposed to be a really good matchup.
Really good.
Really good matchup.
So you can watch that. No, I'm sorry. You can listen to that at catchitlive.com.
Yes.
Also, we're going to be here Friday morning.
We will.
Dan Gaffney.
Pancake eating. We'll be
I forgot about that.
Yes. Contest.
Yes, the pancake eating contest is this Friday morning. We get here early, and we go on live at 5:30. 5:30 to 10, Dan Gaffney, 105.9, does his show. During that, get here about 8:30-ish, and you can sign up as long as you're 18 or older to be in the pancake eating contest. There's no charge to be in it, and if you win something. I can't remember what it is.
They have a pancake queen and a pancake king.
Yeah, but you also win something else.
Oh, yeah.
But you do get to wear this crown all around and everything else. So it's a lot of fun.
Rights for an entire year.
For an entire year. But you got to eat a couple pancakes, and you got to eat them faster than Michelle is the queen at the moment, and Lee is the king at the moment.
Let me tell you, Lee he's tough.
He's the man.
Yeah.
And he wants some competition. He told me, tell him, bring it on. So anyway, this Friday, get on down here to Jimmy's Grill. If you can't make it, watch it at catchitlive.com. It'll probably be happening about 9 o'clock.
And, if you want to get on catchitlive.com early, we've usually got it set up.
Yeah, we do.
A good 20 minutes before Dan's show actually starts, and you can see Dan setting up the
yes, you can
all the equipment and everything.
And I've learned how to work with Colin and Dan. I stay out of their way so they can get the job done.
We do a good job.
So I do a good job of it. So anyway, we have a lot of fun here Friday morning. So other than that, I think that's about it, isn't it?
Yeah. If you need any car repairs, Wall Service Center.
That's right.
Milford. Give us a call, 422-8110. We're open Monday through Friday, 7:30 to 5:30.
What was the number? 422?
422-8110.
Now, how long have you guys been in business?
Over 50 years. This is actually our 55th year.
55th year, really?
1958 was their opening date. My grandfather started the business.
Right there?
We've actually been there for over 40 years.
Really?
Yeah, 45
But your grandfather started in Milford?
In Milford, right where if anybody's familiar where Milford is, or where the senior center is in Milford, kind of in the back of their parking lot, there was an Atlantic station there. Wow. And then Atlantic built this new place, 1968, for my grandfather, where we're at now. My dad expanded it, added on 2 big bays onto it in 1986, and now.
Don't you do custom exhaust work, though?
We do custom exhaust, yes.
So, in other words, if somebody wants to put some duals on, or if you have a vehicle that
got a hot rod,
or, and you want a certain style, or you want the pipes to run a certain way, you can bend them and everything.
Absolutely, and we've been doing that since 1978. We were one of the first ones
to do that
on Delmarva that was doing custom pipe bending. Yeah.
Wow. Well, very good. So, check Colin out. You also have bringmegas.com.
Yeah, bringmegas.com. Go to bringmegas.com.
bringmegas.com.
You can give us a call there, too, 422-0603.
Same number?
No.
Different number?
Different number.
Okay.
Same person answers the phone a lot of times.
Okay.
So you can call either number. But we deliver propane tanks to your grill. We do
you service grills?
repair. Yes.
That would make a nice Valentine's Day gift.
That would make a great Valentine's Day gift.
Wouldn't it?
Yes. Yeah. I think I saw that on my Facebook posting.
Really?
I did.
Okay.
Oh,
yeah. They can check us out at catchitlive.com on Facebook, right?
Yeah. Please
like
us on Facebook. Yes.
Yeah, we're trying to get to the first 1,000.
Well, we're trying to get our numbers up on it for sure. I mean, we really haven't pushed the Facebook part of Catch It Live, but that is really one of the best ways to keep up with what we're doing and where we're going and different things that are events.
Because we're a happening bunch. We got to get out of here.
We are.
746.
Yeah. 747.
Okay. And you can friend me on Facebook, Jim Weller, or Weller's Clearance Center, Weller's Utility Trailers, Weller's Big Red Barn. Okay. We done?
Yep.
Had a good night. Thank you, Anthony Joseph. Thank you, Jack Riddle. Thank you,
yes, thank
Colin
you,
Walls. Thank you, Jimmy's Grill. Thank you, Elvis, Brooks, and Grant. Everybody. Okay, we done?
We're done.
God bless you all. Have a good night.
See you Friday morning.
Bye.
Bye.